You are now tuned in with the GOAT of soccer picks. Get out your pencils, because here he is, Tijuana Rap.
Yo, guys, welcome to another episode of On the Pitch with TJ Picks. Special time, special day, guys, Friday morning. So hopefully we got some more guys in here. If you guys watched the last podcast, guys, 46 and 18, guys, 46 and 18 podcast plays. That means every play that I gave here on the last episode, we went 46 and 18, 72%. 72% hit rate, guy. I don't know anybody else who's giving out that many free plays for the week. We broke down every game across the board from the European soccer leagues, guys, and we went 72% hit rate, guys. It was crazy. It was insane. We've been hitting over 60% pretty much every podcast episode, and we've hit some in the 70s. So we're on a big streak right now. And we're going to keep it going, guys. The Bundesliga is done. Harry Kane won his trophy finally after years and years of no trophies, guys. I called it at the beginning of the season. I said that this would be the season, this would be the year that Harry Kane would lift his trophy with the Bundesliga, with the Bayern Munich. And it happened, guys. Harry Kane got his trophy. And that was a good deal for him. So, before I get into the picks, I want to remind you guys that I do have free picks on my free Telegram. We have a VIP Telegram as well. I give you guys all the leans for the weeks here, but I zero in on the top plays for the weekend, for the week in the VIP Telegram. We also have an exclusive VIP chat. Right now, you guys could get in for about $50 for the rest of the month, or pay for June and get the rest of May free. So get on board, guys. Let's take a look at Friday's soccer action. We're actually going to begin with the Australian Soccer League, guys. Australian Soccer League. We have one game tonight. This is the finals, guys. This is the finals of the Australian Soccer League. This is the second leg of the championship. The first leg saw Auckland win 1-0, guys. Auckland won 1-0. Versus Melbourne victory, guys. It was a low-scoring game. It was back and forth, not a whole lot of action. This is going to be the leg number 2. Auckland versus Melbourne victory, guys. And you know what? I think we might have another low-scoring game. Auckland seems like the team to win here. Auckland is the expansion team, guys. First year in the season, in the finals. It's almost like a fairy tale, like it was scripted from the beginning, guys. Auckland to lift the cup is probably going to be a juiced number, but I'm going to have to go with Auckland again to win the game tonight, guys. Auckland to win versus Melbourne victory to give the expansion team in their first year of the championship. Seems like it was written. That's the script. That's what was written from the beginning. Let's go with Auckland money line, guys, to win straight up versus Melbourne victory again tonight. They had a 1-0 win in the game 1. They're at home now, but we're going to go Auckland FC money line, Auckland to lift the cup to finish off the fairy tale expansion team first season championship run. Next up for Friday, we have Real Betis in the Liga Spain, guys. Liga Spain, Real Betis versus Valencia. Real Betis is in the 6th spot. Celta Vigo's in the 7th spot. Real Betis really can't go up or down here. Valencia is in the 12th slot. They can't really move up or down either. This is pretty much the last game for the Spanish clubs. And you know what? Real Betis has been conceding goals. It's the last game. Neither team can go up or down. We're going to go both to score in Real Betis versus Valencia in the Liga La Spain or Friday. Give me both to score there. We do have some interesting games coming up for Friday at about noon, Tijuana time. And that is in Serie A Italian Soccer League, guys. Serie A takes us to Como. Como at home taking on Inter Milan, guys. This is a must-win for Inter Milan. And this is also, if Inter Milan wins, they go to They're at 78 points now. They go to 81 points if they win. So it's a must win for them. Currently in first place is Napoli with 79 points. So both of these teams are playing at the same time. The difference is, though, Napoli is facing a weaker competition. They're facing Cagliari, and they are minus 500 favorites, guys. So Inter Milan, for some reason, is a low line, minus 149 and a must win. We also know that Inter Milan is playing in the Champions League final versus PSG. I mean, Inter Milan has to win to get a chance to win first place and to hope that Napoli ties or loses versus a bad Cagliari team. But maybe Inter Milan is already conceding the fact that, hey, even if we win, there's no way Napoli ties or loses. So maybe Inter Milan might play down a little bit and not try to win. This is the only reasoning I can get for seeing a minus 149 for Inter Milan. Como, let's see if Como is playing for anything. Como is in 10th place, middle of the pack. I mean, they're really not playing for anything. They can't move up. They can't move down. Cagliari, who is playing Napoli, who's trying to play spoilers. I bet you that the Inter Milan folks would be giving them a big prize if they were to somehow tie or beat Napoli to help them win the title. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, guys. Napoli here as a minus one or a minus 526 favorite should dominate and hit their team total. Napoli should hit the spread. We should see goals there as well. Como and Inter Milan, guys, for the mere fact that Inter Milan knows that they might, not win. Even if they win the title, they need some help from Cagliari. I'm going to go with both to score in Como versus Inter Milan. That's going to be the play based on the circumstances. Napoli, on the other hand, guys, we're going to go Napoli team total. We're going to go Napoli spread. We're going to go Napoli money line big. I mean, it's minus 526, but Napoli needs to win, should win big. Napoli to win the title after beating Cagliari. That would put Napoli at 82 points, put them away from reach from Inter Milan, even if they get a win on the final game of the Serie A. The final picks are Como, Inter Milan, both to score. Napoli in the game versus Cagliari. We're going to go Napoli team total, Napoli spread in the game, and Napoli money line if you want to throw it into some parlays. And that's going to do it, guys, for Friday's soccer action. We're going to quickly move on into Saturday soccer action. We're going to go to the MLS, United States Soccer League. In the MLS, we have a few games here that look interesting, look exciting. We're going to start off with San Diego FC at home in San Diego, taking on Los Angeles Galaxy, who coming off a big draw versus the LAFC, guys. That was El Tráfico, the biggest rivalry in MLS. Saw the Los Angeles Galaxy and the LAFC tied 2-2, guys. It doesn't matter how bad the Galaxy can be in a season. They're always going to give the LAFC a challenge, and they showed it by tying them 2-2. But we're going to go in this game with San Diego FC money line. San Diego FC money line to take down the Los Angeles Galaxy. Next up, we have Philadelphia Union taking on Inter Miami, guys. Philadelphia Union plus 118 versus an Inter Miami team at plus 208. I got to go with both to score here. Give me both to score. Philadelphia Union versus Inter Milan. Next up, we have Orlando City versus the Portland Timbers, guys. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to go Orlando City money line minus 150 there. Next up, we got Montreal versus LAFC. LAFC at plus 121, coming off that 2-2 draw versus Galaxy. Needs to get back into the winning stride of things. So we're going to go LAFC money line plus 121. That will be a winner. Next up, we have DC United versus New York Red Bulls. We're going to go both to score in DC United versus New York Red Bulls. Followed up by Charlotte versus Columbus Crew. We're going to go both to score in Charlotte versus Columbus Crew, guys. We got the odds in our favor for this one. It's going to be a both to score. Let's get it. And we're going to finish off with the San Jose Earthquakes and Houston Dynamo. Give me over goals in that game, over 2.5. San Jose Earthquakes, Houston Dynamo. That's going to do it for the MLS Soccer League for Saturday soccer action. Let's see here. I'm looking to see where the action is at. All right, we got a good game. There it is. We got the Coupe de France, guys. Coupe de France is coming up this Saturday. PSG and the Coupe de France taking on Reims. PSG is a huge favorite at minus 833 for a reason, guys. These guys will be battling in the Champions League's final, but I guess they would like to take another trophy in with them as well. What a team PSG has been this year. We're going to go PSG team total, whatever it is, PSG spread, and the money line's too big, guys. It's minus 833. So we're going to go PSG big here with the team total. We're going to go over goals in the game. PSG may get them all themselves. So that should be a good one there. Next up, we have a little tournament from the Bundesliga, actually, the DFB Pokal game. The Bundesliga is over, but it looks like there is a little final cup game that's popping up here, and that's going to be Bielefeld versus Stuttgart, Arminia Bielefeld versus Stuttgart in the DFB Pokal game, and we're going to go over goals here, over goals in the game, but Stuttgart and Arminia Bielefeld, that should be a good game as well. Followed up by La Liga Spain, guys. We got La Liga Spain kicking off for Saturday. La Liga Spain. This is pretty much the final game of the Spanish league. We got Real Madrid at home versus Real Sociedad. We got to go with Real Madrid money line here as a parlay piece at minus 256. Real Madrid, that should be a good parlay piece there. Even if they're playing with young guys, no one's playing for anything. Real Sociedad is in the middle of the pack. Real Madrid can't move up or down. They conceded the title already to Barcelona. So give me Real Madrid money line. We got Leganes versus Real Valladolid in the next game. Leganes versus Real Valladolid. Leganes is still trying to survive, not being relegated. It's either going to be them or Espanyol. So important game for Espanyol and Leganes. Guys, we got to go Leganes money line, playing for their life, playing versus the last place team. Leganes money line. We also have Espanyol coming up versus Las Palmas, guys. Espanyol is also fighting for their life. And Espanyol did lose their last game. Las Palmas hasn't been doing that well, so they should beat them with their whole life dependent on it, guys. The battle of the teams that do not want to get relegated, Espanyol and Leganes, they both should win. Next up, we have Alaves versus Osasuna. Big important game for Osasuna. They can get to 54 points and get into the Europa League tournament as long as Celta Vigo or Rayo Vallecano lose or draw. Alaves can't do anything, guys. We got to go Osasuna money line here. Give me Osasuna money line. Getafe versus Celta Vigo. We just talked about this. Teams that need to do something. Give me Celta Vigo money line. Rayo Vallecano versus Mallorca. We got to go Rayo Vallecano money line. We got to go them as well in the money line. And that's going to do it, guys, for Saturday's soccer action. And we will give you a parlay, guys, a parlay for Saturday, just because we're here. Our parlays have been hitting at a high rate. So we are going to. All right, guys, we're going to give you that parlay for Saturday. And it's going to be quite simple. It's going to be a grandma parlay. We're going to parlay the two teams in La Liga Spain that must win to fight off relegation. This is a huge money game. Whatever team doesn't stay in La Liga is going to lose a ton of money. We're talking millions here. So give me Espanyol money line and give me Leganes money line, guys. Put those two juicy plays together to get a good, decent line. Leganes money line, Espanyol money line. That'll be your Saturday parlay of the day. Quickly moving on to Sunday. Sunday soccer action takes us back to the MLS. MLS action. We have New York City FC versus Chicago Fire. Chicago Fire in their last game won 3-1 versus New England. That was in the Open Cup. Prior to that, their last league game, they won 4-1 versus Charlotte. New York FC coming off a 2-0 win over New York Red Bulls in the New York rivalry game there. I think New York FC could get a goal here, and I think Chicago could get a couple. So we're going to go over 2.5 goals in New York City FC versus Chicago Fire. Next up, we have Atlanta United at home versus Cincinnati. We're going to go both to score in Atlanta United versus Cincinnati. All right, guys. Sunday also takes us to the final games of the Italian Soccer League, guys. The championship is going to be decided on Saturday, but there will be some games on Sunday. We go to Atalanta at home versus Parma. Atalanta has locked in a Champions League spot. Parma is actually fighting to stay out of relegation here. So this is an important game for Parma, not so much for Atalanta. So give me both to score, guys. We got one team that's battling relegation, trying to stay out of the teams that get sent down. Atalanta not playing for anything. You know, they're the better team, stronger team, and they are at home. But give me both to score, Atalanta and Parma. Next up, we got Empoli versus Hellas Verona. Empoli versus Hellas Verona. Empoli is one of those teams, too, that's also battling relegation. I got to go Empoli money line. Give me Empoli money line. Lazio versus Lecce in the next one. Lazio versus Lecce. Lazio is battling to get into the top 5-4 spot. They could sneak in to that final Champions League spot if something were to happen to Juventus and Roma. They're going to battle out, guys. They're going to do their best. Give me Lazio money line here. Torino versus AS Roma, guys. I got to go with Roma. I got to go with Roma to not let Lazio supersede them. Give me AS Roma money line. We got Udinese versus Fiorentina. Udinese versus Fiorentina. Fiorentina, you know, we need a miracle to do something here. They need to score, win by a lot of goals to make any type of fireworks. I'm going to go both to score in Fiorentina versus Udinese. And final game is Venezia versus Juventus, guys. We're going to go Juventus money line in a must-win game for them. That takes us to La Liga on Sunday. La Liga on Sunday, we got Atletico Madrid at Girona. Atletico Madrid is in that Champions League position. They can't move up anymore. Girona, middle of the pack. Not a whole lot going on there, guys. I'm going to go Atletico Madrid money line. Next up, we got Villarreal versus Sevilla. Villarreal is locked into that Champions League spot. Sevilla is at the bottom. Not a whole lot going on there. They're pretty much safe. They're pretty much safe from any relegation zones. Give me both to score in Villarreal versus Sevilla. Then we got Atletico Bilbao versus Barcelona, guys. Barcelona just chilling. Atletico Bilbao did get a goal the last 3 games. You know what, guys? I'm going to go both to score here. Atletico Bilbao versus Barcelona. Barcelona, Atletico Bilbao, both to score. All right, guys, now we're going to go to the England Premier League, the final games of the England Premier League. England Premier, Bournemouth versus Leicester City. Bournemouth is in the middle of the pack. Leicester City has already been relegated. Bournemouth might want to win, you know, and improve their standing. So we're going to go Bournemouth money line here. Bournemouth money line. Fulham versus Manchester City. Fulham versus Manchester City. Fulham, middle of the pack. Manchester City needs to win. If they don't win, if Manchester City wins and Newcastle wins, Chelsea wins, Aston Villa wins, even Nottingham Forest, especially those first three teams, they have a chance to take them over and push them out of the Champions League running to get into the Champions League. So we're going to go Manchester City money line here, minus 150. Then we got Ipswich versus West Ham, guys. Meaningless game, I believe. Yep, Ipswich has already been relegated. West Ham's at the bottom, but not in any danger of being relegated. Give me both to score in Ipswich versus West Ham United. Then we have Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Liverpool's already the champion. Crystal Palace, middle of the pack. I got to go both to score here. Liverpool, Crystal Palace, give me both to score. Manchester United, Aston Villa, battling for that spot. You know what, guys? I'm going to go both to score in Manchester United, Aston Villa. Then we got Newcastle United versus Everton, guys. Everton's been tough defensively. They have been scoring goals. Newcastle United's fighting for that Champions League position, but I think Everton could sneak one in. Give me both to score Newcastle United versus Everton. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. Nottingham Forest is also fighting for the top six. They're in the 7th place right now. You know what, guys? Chelsea's fighting too. Give me both to score in a game where two teams are battling it out to stay in the top, the highest position, the top 7. Give me both to score Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. Next up, we have Southampton, Arsenal. Arsenal's in the number 2 spot. They could drop down to number 3 spot, but they're pretty much secured a Champions League position. Southampton has actually scored a goal versus Arsenal in the last 3 head-to-heads, and I think they could do this at home too. Final game of the season. They might get a gifted pre-K, might sneak one in. Give me both to score in Southampton versus Arsenal. Next up, we have Tottenham versus Brighton. Tottenham coming off that big win in the Europa League title. Boring game. They took 3 shots. They scored once, and they sat back and defended the rest of the game. It was boring to watch, but it was a good title for Tottenham. They hadn't won in a lot of years. But you know what, guys? I'm going to go Brighton. I think Tottenham was out partying too much, hungover. We're going to give Brighton the win here. Brighton money line. Then we have the Wolverhampton Wolves and Brentford. Final game of the season for both of these teams. Neither one can go anywhere. Middle of the pack. They'll be back next year. Give me both to score in Wolverhampton Wolves and Brentford for the England Premier League. That's going to be a good. It's going to be a good final week of soccer games. And guys, we're going to finish up with the Liga MX final Sunday. Liga MX Mexican Soccer League. It's going to be in Toluca. America and Toluca faced off yesterday, Thursday, in the first leg of the Mexican League final. If you're not familiar with first leg, second leg, it means that they play 2 leagues. They play 2 games. They play a first league game, second league game, and they combine both scores from the competitions to see who's going to move on. And in the first leg last night was a terrible game. It was a boring game. It looked like it was almost called that way for there to be no goals. There were bad passes. The passes were going to nobody. There was only 3 shots on target. They were terrible shots on target, guys. I believe this game was a manipulated game to keep it at 0-0. It happens sometimes in certain leagues, like the Liga MX, where basically nothing happens. And you could tell, pretty much a little bit after the second half when it starts, that this isn't going anywhere. There's not going to be any goals. And that's what we saw in the Liga MX first leg, 0-0, which puts us at this game for Sunday. Toluca is plus 132. Club America is plus 202, guys. I hate to say that we might see another 0-0, another boring game. But you know what, guys? I'm going to go with both to score. Keep it simple. Give me both to score in Toluca. Club America will probably see extra time, possibly penalties. You never know. Club America's coming off of a back-to-back-to-back championship run. They've won 3 titles in a row. This would be number 4. Toluca, which is the best team this season with the best record, most points. I believe it has the better team, but they lost a key player who is not going to be playing. America didn't show anything in game 1. Didn't seem like they wanted it at home to take an advantage in the series. But give me both to score. Toluca versus Club America in a possible extra time penalties game, especially after what I saw in leg 1. And guys, I did want to touch a little bit on the big final coming up here for Champions League. That's going to be on May 31st. We'll get into it a little bit more when that week comes. But guys, what a final that we have set up. PSG versus Inter Milan for everything. We're talking about a big game. I don't think anybody saw these two teams coming into the final. Nobody saw these two teams would be in the final. Bigger teams like Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. I thought Barcelona would be there. They got knocked out. So we have PSG, and remember, guys, Mbappe, who was at PSG last season, left PSG to go to Real Madrid. And one of the big reasons he had said was to win a Champions League trophy. And guess what, guys? Real Madrid's out. PSG's still in there. We got the young guys, Dembele, who came from Barcelona. We got Barcola, Doué. We got all the good guys, Vitinha from Portugal has been playing very well. The defense has been, solid with Hakimi from Morocco back there, guys. But PSG guys have been doing something with these young kids, and I'm actually going to be rooting for them. But let's not take anything away from the coach, Luis Enrique, guys. He's been a great asset to the team with these young players, putting them together. And we're going to remember that PSG once had Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. And of course, they won the PSG. They won the French league title every season, but they never made it to the finals of the Champions League. Now, without any of those star players, PSG is there, but they are going to be taking on a tough Inter Milan. It's going to be a good game. I will be rooting for PSG, guys, and hope they lift the title there. But we have more information about that game the week before, so that'll be next week on Thursday when we do the podcast. We'll have more information. We'll have a pick for the game. We'll give you guys a lean. So stay tuned for that as we move forward. Let's give you guys a parlay for Sunday soccer action. Let me look. You know what, guys? We're going to go to the England Premier League. There's some battles there for the Champions League seedings to see who's going to go on into the Champions League. And I think we're going to have some goals in a couple of those games. We just got to see which ones those are going to be. You know what, guys? I think we're going to get an over in Bournemouth versus Leicester. Give me over 2.5 in Bournemouth versus Leicester. That should be a good game and an over game. And we're also going to go with the over in the Wolverhampton Wolves versus the Brentford Bees, guys. That's going to be your parlay for Sunday soccer action, guys. I want to thank you guys that joined us on this new time, new day, new time. I'm going to be switching it up this summer. We will have some episodes during the day. We'll let you know. Stay tuned to see what day and what time we will be bringing to you the leans for the week. And just remember that there are a ton of soccer leagues. So when the big European leagues are over, we will still have some games to talk about, guys. We have a World Cup Club Championship going on. There's a big game for the LAFC versus Club America on May 31st as well. Whoever wins that game goes into the tournament, the Club World Cup. So that's going to be a big game. There's going to be a lot of soccer this summer. Soccer never ends, guys. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank you for supporting me by liking and commenting on all my reels. I appreciate that. That help goes a long way. Continue to like, comment on my posts, and I appreciate the support, guys. TJ Raff signing off. See you next time. Let's go.
You are now tuned in with the GOAT of soccer picks. Get out your pencils, because here he is, Tijuana Raff.